Okay, so welcome. And now what we're going to do is start talking about in this video are inequalities in sets. Okay, so when we solve it, well, we'll get to that in a minute, but inequality, what is an inequality? An inequality is a symbol that tells us that when something is not equal to something else. Okay, for example, the first one I've written here is not equal to, right? So this is the symbol that says something is not equal to something else. For example, if I say x is not equal to 3, then I'm saying, well, x could be anything else, but it's not 3, right? So that's an inequality, right? But a more specific inequality are these, okay? So I could say that x is less than 3, right? Or I could say x is greater than 3. Okay? Or I could say x is less than or equal to 3. Or I could say x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay? So each one of these defines a certain set of numbers. Okay? So this defines anything except 3, right? So this would be the set of numbers that would be, let's say, from negative infinity to 3 with union, which means I'm going to take everything, these two sets, and put them together. So from 3 to positive infinity. And so notice that I'm using the parentheses here at 3, meaning that I'm not going to include 3. Okay? So again, a little bit of terminology and symbolism. Okay? Now if I say x is less than 3, then that means I want everything that's less than 3 but not equal to 3. So again, that would be represented by this set, which would be the range, so in interval notation, which would be from negative infinity to 3. And again, I'm using a parenthesis to denote or connote that it's not including 3. Now, greater than 3 would be then from 3 to positive infinity. And then, of course, with x less than or equal to 3, now that I'm including the equals, now I'm saying 3 is in the set. So I'm going to go from this one to now I'm going to go basically, it says from negative infinity to 3, but now I'm including 3, so I'm going to use a square bracket. And then for greater than 3, now I'm going to go from 3 with a square bracket, meaning that I'm including 3 is in the set, to positive infinity. Now the reason why we always use parentheses when we have an infinity is because we never reach infinity, right? So we never use square brackets with infinity because we never reach there, okay? So that's why, if you're wondering. Okay, now, here's the thing. This is how we understand inequalities. Okay, now to solve an inequality, we have to find the value or the set of values that solve, right, or make the inequality true. So just like we did with equalities, right, an equation, right? When we solved equations, we had to find the number or numbers that satisfied the equation, that made it true. Same thing for inequalities, right? To solve an inequality, we have to find all of the values, right, that make the inequality true. Okay? So now, let's talk about sets. So we'll do that next time. I'm going to introduce some sets and what some common sets are and what the symbols that we use to denote them.